The state has made an expensive bet that charter schools can deliver better results than traditional schools run by districts. But as the number of charter schools grows, who's keeping an eye on the people who run them and the money they spend? News 13's Matt Grubbs is on special assignment.
Of all the seals charter schools hope to have stamped on their efforts, you can bet the seal of the FBI is not among them. When federal agents locked down the 3 schools at the Southwest Learning Center's campus, alarm bells rang loud and late at the state. Under Secretary Hannah Scandera, the Public Education Department has been big on school options. High-performing charter schools, like the ones being investigated, delivered results. Critics worried it came at the cost of oversight.
We just don't want to see what's going on behind the curtain because the show in front of it is pretty darn good.
And so, Matt, I would argue that's an easy complaint for folks to make. Sometimes something breaks, and when it does, that's when you find things out.
Deputy Secretary Paul Aguilar says Southwest's governing council, its school board, essentially failed.
The Public Education Department relies on the boards for these charter schools as their first line of defense when it comes to oversight. The fact that the boards for Southwest Learning Center and the other schools didn't pick up what was going on, the Deputy Secretary here says that's a good indication of just how sophisticated this was.
But the Public Education Commission says it began sounding the alarm years ago. While the Public Education Commission and the department sound similar, they're not the same, and they are in the middle of a fight for money and control of charter school oversight.
We're the folks who truly know what's going on with state charter schools.
Carolyn Shearman is the chair of the commission. Because it's the commission that grants charters for schools like Southwest Learning Center, it's the commission that's legally responsible for oversight. The commission, with a budget of just $75,000 now, wants control of the staff at the charter school division that's currently run by the department.
They're constantly understaffed. There are never enough people to get all the work done. And the number of charter schools increases every year, but the staff does not.
Judging by the back and forth in meetings and letters, the conversation about oversight between the two is tense.
When you talk about oversight, there's a difference between sort of micromanaging, which I think is the direction the PEC might be going into, and allowing school districts and school boards of charter schools to make their own local decisions.
But the PEC, the commission, has pointed to Southwest as an example of what can happen when charter school boards either can't or won't catch mistakes.
I think we would like to see every single penny of it. That's how people take care of their money, is keep your eye on the pennies. And that's what we want to do for charter schools.
Legislative agencies have pointed out that the department recently sent hundreds of thousands of dollars meant for oversight back to the state without spending it. And it's raised questions about how even more money meant for charter school oversight and administration has been spent. The department says those numbers are not unusual.
The Southwest Learning issue certainly shows you that someone dropped the ball on that.
Representative Mimi Stewart leads a bipartisan group of legislators looking to pitch a fix for the problem in the next legislative session. It's not hard, she says, to see what's at stake.
Do we really want to be known for our charters having to be looked at by the FBI?
On special assignment, Matt Grubbs, KRQE News 13.
State law does not clearly say whether the department should get the money for oversight or whether the commission should. A bill to clarify that may come out of the legislative committee we just told you about. And you can read more about charter school oversight online, including the full argument by the Public Education Commission for funding and the PED's annual report on how New Mexico's roughly 100 charter schools are doing.